Something's going on, obviously.
It's cold, man. I don't know why it got so cold here. It's Arizona. It's like 66, but the wind chills like 55. It's cold.
Oh, Sissy K's already asking about your kitty cat, Yorga.
Oh,
Oh,
my
she's
kitty
always
cat is, well, he's, let's say, like I said before, it's like I've got a flag. I put a half mast when he's half dead. And when he gets a little bit better, I raise it up a little bit. And then when he gets worse, I raise it back down a little bit. But he's about half mast right now. He's still alive.
Hey, everybody guess what? Jeff B's in there already. 10. Or
Where?
let's do this.
And welcome back to TINTV. We're so excited for you all to be here tonight.
Wonderfully excited.
Happy April Fools.
We're very happy for you.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Yeah. See you. We gotta go.
So what happened to Pootie? Okay, dead silence. What happened, everybody? They just walk away. Hey, you guys, Hick out. You want to say hi to everybody in chat?
Okay. Hi, Marla. Hi, Dennis. Hello, Sissy K and Angel Rose and Donna Latte. Hello, Jeff B and Doc P and Paul Scott and Willard Hall. I don't know if I said him. 420. Hi.
Hey, 420.
And welcome to all the panel.
Where's baby?
What happened? I thought we weren't doing a show tonight.
I didn't realize you
literally
were still
walked
here.
away.
That's Stephanie. Stephanie's here.
Staff. We love our stuff.
Yeah, I thought we were doing an April prank joke thing.
Huh? I didn't know anything.
It's April Fool's Day.
There's Marla B.
Oh, there's Jeff B.
That'd be charming.
Were we supposed
Mike
to do
MQ.
a joke?
Telephone number 70.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. No.
I got it.
That is AB's phone number. Da-da-da.
Wait,
0.
probably-
That's not all you're gonna get.
Oh my
Maybe it's
God.
Jeff.
Lord have mercy. That
Couldn't
could have
you-
been.
Can you play Pootie's number now?
Yep.
Where?
5555785.
Where's Pootie?
Don't know.
Huh.
Hopefully he's. It's only been a few hours that we haven't heard from him, so we're okay. I promise you.
He might have took a nap.
Yeah. Or he's ate a cookie.
Oh, that was me on Sunday. Oh boy, not doing that one again. I could barely talk on Sunday. It was so bad.
Doc P said, Pootie sends smoke signals.
Is that Pootie?
No, somebody. Doc P said, Pootie. AB.
Oh.
There we go.
And welcome to the show. Always bitching.
I'm here to piss some people off.
I know, always bitching. I set you up perfect.
There you go.
It's April Fool's. Why not?
Well, I'm not talking no April Fools.
Well, you better get it all out because we got storms starting Wednesday going through Sunday. So what might not nobody be talking to nobody. It's gonna be bad this week.
Boy, we're full of excitement tonight, you guys. Where's the energy?
It's the calm before the storm. That's what Hickall's telling us. We better get in it.
That's right.
It's
I
about
want to
to
hear about Yorga's cat.
Yes, everybody has been wondering about
Yeah, you got to give us.
Claude's been doing.
Yeah,
Well,
Claude.
Stephanie.
Dun 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 dun. Claude update.
I already told the story. It's a long and drawn-out story. It's more like a saga. It's like One Piece by freaking Tolstoy. But he's getting a little bit better, and I'm just going to leave it at that. He's not dead. I took him to kill him, and I got in a fight with a lesbian, and they kicked me out of the veterinarian. I mean, at least I should have like a badge or a medal. You know, kicked out of a veterinarian's office.
That's pretty good.
Because you got in a fight with a veterinarian.
Yeah, she was out. She was an outdoorsy veterinarian, shall we say. And so I left it at that. And I knew the popo was on the way. So
Subaru driver.
So Count Yoder could just smell that 911 call. And I left with my dying cat. And now he's getting a little bit better. So I feel bad. I mean, maybe getting in an argument with a anti-Trump hating freaking lesbian veterinarian actually saved his life. So I'm going to leave it at that.
So did you kind of
exactly how I walked out. I think I even fired up a freaking joint when I was doing it.
Oh, shit.
It sucked, man.
Glad he's doing okay.
I know he's alive. He's still alive. I was going to whack him, man. You know?
Crazy.
There are a lot of people praying for Claude on Sunday.
Yeah,
We
a lot.
Well,
you got to hear the story. You got to hear the story Craig said about it. The depression.
He's more popular than I am, man.
Yeah, but we know how much that cat means to you, and
He's my best friend in the whole wide world.
and you not being on the panel because of being there with Claude, you know, like it spoke volumes about how you are as a pet owner, and we love you. Yeah.
The thing that gets me is a lot of people go, you know, oh, you could just tell. They say, oh, it's a cat. Who gives a damn about a cat? And that's what I got at the vet. They were kind of like this, it's only a cat. You know?
You're right.
You don't understand, man. He's my pal, man. Me and him have been through all kinds of shit together, you know?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yorga, give him a half cc of Mectin.
I don't think cats can have.
Yeah, because I always said that last night. I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're one felines. I don't think can. But don't quote me on it, because you know.
No, I thought about it, but I just don't know.
Jeff B, that would be a great gay stripper name, though, if there ever was one. Claude. You're right. That would be the best.
God.
You're saying that's not my gay stripper name.
And Claude the cat update was brought to you by.
Wow, you're really on it tonight.
I'm trying. I'm getting really
Do
good.
I need to go watch the shed video you just posted, Craig?
That's fine. Well, don't do it now, Jay. You're in the middle
Well,
of the show.
you just posted it and it said right here.
Yeah, hurry up.
That was a little while ago, Jay. You got notified late, but that is the fox mom and babies that live under my shed.
Oh, you did
okay,
get. Oh,
cool.
good.
So it
It's
just-
grainy, but you get to see somewhat. And I put, what does the fox say?
Oh, I love that song.
Mm.
There's a fox say.
What does the fox say?
Mm.
That's my
Good.
Jelly Bean's favorite song. It is. It's
One of
Jelly
my
Bean's
faves.
favorite song. What does the fox say? I don't know why.
You got to show her that video.
No, I don't let
It's
her.
baby foxes. There's nothing harmful.
No, the video that he just took.
Oh,
could've
yeah,
been
that
better.
one. Not the
Yeah.
video for What Does the Fox Say? Because it's kind of.
it's perverted.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's got some of that, like
Furry.
wanting to be a cat shit and weird stuff.
Furry.
Furry.
Furry, yeah, wanting to be a furry. Ugh.
I hate those things.
Hold on, let me go put on my furry outfit.
I get in trouble for wanting to pull the tail.
Put on my furry outfit.
God.
I'll be right back. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
panda bear.
Pointless glasses in the
I'm
tie.
a panda bear in my underwear.
Oh my god, you guys are.
No, the wife yells at me because I want to pull it out. I'm gonna go pull it out. The tail. I see the whole family.
Don't pull it out.
See the
Don't
mom
pull
and
it out,
dad.
Dave.
Mom and dad and 2 kids, all dressed as furries, all had tails.
Oh, no.
Mm.
Well, it's all a psyop, Jay. Everything's BS.
Don't tell him that.
Yes, yes, BS. It's a lot of BS, okay? And everything they taught us in school was BS too. So but let's hear what this guy's got.
That's
to say
coming
about
more and more true, you know?
it. So let's
Man,
hear
I'm so old. They were teaching me about George Washington cutting down a cherry tree and shit, man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
all bullshit.
The
Let's hear
host wants to show a video. Hush.
So the president of Argentina, you know, the crazy looking dude that gave Elon that fucking chainsaw for chopping out fucking corruption, he's getting on the declassification party. He dropped a bunch of classified documents from Argentina that show Hitler didn't die in World War II. No, he fled to Argentina, lived there until the 60s, had 2 daughters.
Mother
The
effer.
CIA knew about it, and so did the FBI. Yeah. They were down there recruiting Nazi scientists because it wasn't just Hitler. A fuckload of Nazis escaped to Argentina after World War II through the rat lines, facilitated a lot by the Catholic Church. Yeah, how about that?
Booyah.
Because everything you were taught in school, it's all bullshit. You don't know fucking shit. If all you know is what they taught you in school, you're just a programmed fucking moron. That's what that is. Yeah, even the skull that the Russians have that they claim is Hitler's, they tested that. It's actually a female woman's skull. It's a woman's skull. It's not even everybody fucking knew. Everybody fucking knew, and they fucking lied about it. Why? Because they wanted German scientists. That's where our space program came from. All the top motherfuckers at NASA, all Nazis, all of them. They're all fucking Nazis. They even say that's why we were obsessed with fighting communism after that, was because a lot of the Nazis, that's what the Nazis were fighting, was communism. And where did communism come from? Uh-oh, now we're getting somewhere. What was the Bolshevik Revolution? You know, that overthrew the czars of Russia?
The
Yeah,
bullshit
go look
revolution.
Go look up what religion the majority of the Bolsheviks that murdered all those people were. Yeah, that's gonna shock you. Little Star of David. People, nothing of what you know have ever been taught is the truth. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. This is a new day. Oh shit, dude. The Epstein fucking files. 16 terabytes of information is now being gone through by the DOJ. Yeah, they're gonna get to the bottom of that shit, they say. They got a whole task force on it. That's why they couldn't release it, because they found way more evidence than they thought they were going to find. And with hundreds and hundreds of child victims, they're saying. Michael Serafin released that today. All confirmed. DOJ, FBI is digging deep into it. Gonna get us some accountability. People, welcome to reality, because everything you know and have ever been taught is fucking bullshit. Good luck to you all.
What are you going to do when they come out and say that about Trust the plan or Q.
What's who gonna do? I'm gonna say AB for Pootie and myself. You need to eat some crow.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
I'm just saying that you asked me what to
That
do.
video is talking about bringing them back. We brought some of the people back with the mind control too. There's a whole file on that, right? It's got a certain name for the people we brought back that had, the MK.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is Yorga speaking. What blows my mind is, and I've been looking at the stuff about Hitler living, and I always thought that he survived World War II, lived in Argentina, whatever. But dramatic pause. See, Coleman got it. I almost called it Yorga. Let's go back to 1940s, 1930s. Europe and the United States and whatnot. I'm not going to try to get too heavy here, but why was this concentrated area of Germany? Everybody was so flipping smart about space, about rocket technology, about tank technology, about everything, man. The Germans were beating everybody's ass in the world, man. What is up with that? And once the war ended, we killed the Third Reich, but the United States was grabbing these German scientists, and so were Russia, and they were grabbing them too. What the hell were they drinking in their Kool-Aid, man? That made them so much smarter than the entire world, man. I mean, they were. What was up with that? This is an open question to anybody who wants to maybe answer.
I'll tell you their answer. We are the master. That's what they thought. They were the master race.
Wonder if they knew that genetically certain people were smarter than other people. And I'm not trying to open up a bag of worms here. I'm not. But they were smarter than everybody else. You know what I mean? And
yes,
they just were. And we
didn't have them up. Pretty good too. I want to say
maybe they were more disciplined. More disciplined, and parents like more on them about their educations. I don't know. I'm throwing a guess, Yorga.
I think it has something to do with having blonde hair and blue eyes, baby.
This guy.
I'm thinking, something
genetically, man. And genetically, there was something, and they knew it, and they were trying to. All right, this is the part where I get kicked out.
F on meth too.
Oh yeah, they were all doing that. They were all doing that.
But so was Kennedy. We found out too.
The average German soldier in World War II had a packet of meth.
Oh my gosh, Lori said sauerkraut, fermented foods. That's as good a guess as any.
Tin, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the little boys' room too.
All right, this is the part where I get kicked out. I'll see you all later.
Flush, Craig, flush and spray, please.
Tin, it's an emergency. My belly. I have a bit of a dicky belly.
He's got a turtle head hanging out. The old turtle head is hanging out of Craig.
Poking out. It looks like a quarter.
Yeah, we all knew that Hitler didn't die. That whole thing how he died was syphilis and all this bullshit with his nurse lover, and it's just
okay. So we go back to he said he had two daughters. Who were they? Angela Merkel.
It must have been one of them.
Yeah, and who would the other one have been?
I don't know. That's one.
Anybody have a guess?
Has anybody got a guess in chat? Who Hitler's other daughter could have been?
Stacey Abrams.
Oh God! Please don't tell me it's Barbara Streisand, because I'll just freak.
Stacey Abrams. That's a good one.
That's a
good one.
Sorry.
Oh, come on.
My
Betty
cat
White.
meowed when I said, "Oh, Betty White." Betty White. What about Betty White?
And you got a Nancy Pelosi.
I think it was Barbara Streisand.
I was thinking that one, Nancy Pelosi, for some reason.
Margaret Thatcher.
The Golden Third Reich girls. Betty White.
The Golden Third Reich girls. Oh my god, that's insane. That's funny though. That's a
I
good
know. That's why I
Let's see.
said it.
That's a good one. I like that.
Abramovich. If that's however you say her name. That's what Mitch Denner said.
Oh, I didn't think about.
Have y'all ever heard the
Ooh.
conspiracy theory that Taylor Swift is actually Antoine LaVey's daughter? Because they
Yep.
like resemble so much. It's creepy.
Yep, I've heard that one, and I wouldn't doubt it. At this point, nothing's off the table.
Right.
Nothing.
Mm.
I wonder.
I think she looks more like Bugs Bunny, man. Taylor Swift. Think about it. He did wear a dress one time.
What's creepy is I just got a notification for cola. I just got a notification for cola.
For last week?
It's something baby love.
Oh no,
How old is that one?
short. That's a short of the
Did you
It's
just do
pretty
it
old.
today?
No,
Okay.
days ago.
That's
Crazy.
weird.
Yeah, Dwayne just hit me about Craig and his foxes.
Oh my
I
god.
haven't seen that yet.
You gotta love the AI.
Judy B said Lady Gaga is Abramovich's daughter. Abramovich, I don't know how to say her name, but Lady
Gaga has a wiener.
that would change. That could be true. Then one of those two things ain't true. Either it's
Mm,
her or she.
Barb,
Barb on
I'm glad-
X. Sorry.
Barb, I'm glad you're here from X.
Oh, cool.
Where-
Hey,
Jeff
Barb.
B, the typical freaking
Marie Le Pen.
liberal says, "Sweet, give me the Nazi money." You see, the "give me" part. That's what liberals do. Give me. You have more than I do, so give me some. Thank you, Jeff B, and
Yeah.
kiss my ass.
Excellent. I love that part. That's the best part ever.
That's the best part. Somebody save that for the show.
There you go,
Clip
Jeff.
it.
She's in
Clip it.
jail. You won that one. She's in jail.
Yeah, I'll be in jail. It's okay. I've been there before. I've been in a joint, baby.
No, Marie Le Pen's in jail.
Yes. Yep. They grabbed her ass. What, they give her 5 years or something?
I don't even know.
2, I think.
Me either, Craig.
French.
Y'all-
Or,
I know
She
Jerry
run-
the Pencil.
she run-
I've never heard of
No,
Marie Le Pen before.
She runs for president in France.
yes.
And she's in
Willard? No, you're not chopped liver. No, sir. You are
And-
not. You're the head X guy.
Yeah, no, he's chopped liver.
So
And
Marie,
Marie-
Le Pen, she was supposed to be the president of
Yep.
They
France.
say the election got robbed. We can go back to the whole 2020 election. That's what happened. They're saying it's happened over there.
So Macron basically took imprisoned his running mate that won, and now
Correct.
he's married to his dad, something Shim.
Yes, that's what we hear.
It's
Lord.
crazy, yeah.
His running mate was named Cheese. He was Macron and Cheese.
Yes.
Well, and I think I also found out now why we want Greenland.
It's a French name. Just give me that one, right?
Why?
I think
Why did they want Greenland?
Strategic.
Well, because China has been trying to get in on the Greenland thing.
Right about Greenland. You need it.
Just a sec here. And hopefully-
George.
Everybody mute because this guy speaks really low. So if you can mute your mics. Here's the deal.
Believe me, they need us. Not just for America's national security, but for world security. 100 years ago, Greenland was safe and no one could touch it because no countries had the naval technology to do so. Now the world has things like icebreakers. That right there is Exhibit 101. A Chinese icebreaker showed up to Greenland shores, breaking through its ice. And you're asking, gee, why does the world care so much? Look at Greenland's place. If you control this piece of territory, you basically run the world. Look, Greenland's going to vote pretty soon on whether they want independence from Denmark. And if they just vote to be like an independent country without joining the United States, it might go down as one of the worst decisions in history. They're a giant island of 56,000 people with unlimited natural resources. Of course, they'd get invaded in the future by a hostile nation. I brought this point up on X, and someone was like, oh, they could just become independent, then join NATO. The United States is NATO. Without the United States, there is no NATO. Do you really think Russia would have been concerned about Ukraine joining NATO if NATO didn't have the United States? Of course not. Let's just be very logical here. If the United States wants Greenland as a territory, and then Greenland becomes an independent country, and then applies for NATO membership, do you think the United States would let that happen? Or do you think we'd be like, no, we want you as a territory instead? We'll protect you. Don't worry. You don't need NATO because that's us anyways. We'll protect you. Just become a territory. We get their natural resources. Maybe we pay them some money and they get unlimited protection forever. Besides, Greenland is closer to the United States than it is to Denmark. And if we consider America's Canada territory, we're even closer. If the Denmarkians were smart, they'd just sell right now because Trump's not going to give up on this. He's going to keep persisting. He's going to keep pushing to the point where the price might just be zero because he's going to place tariffs and do all kinds of weird things. And Denmark's just going to fold for free. So just get some money while you can. And by the way, I'm calling them Denmarkians to trigger them. They're Danish. I do this on purpose. I like triggering people. Anyways, I'm right. You're all wrong. Trump is right about Greenland. We need it. And believe me.
I'm the same way. I love triggering people.
I was going to say, dude, that's got to be your brother from another mother.
But he's got some good points because the Chinese were using icebreakers and they're trying to break in up there. And look at how close in proximity Greenland is technically to us. And why does Denmark run it? And yeah, Denmark, you must get some money like now from us. Otherwise, it's just going to be, you're going to have to give it to us because your peoples are going to vote that way probably.
Denmark got it because nobody wanted Greenland. It's a continent, even though they say it's an island. It's bigger than the United States. It's full of snow and cold, and nobody wants to flipping be there. But we need it because we can set up like these missile bases and stuff to blow everybody up with. Yes. I want to be an ambassador to Greenland. Send Jorga to Greenland. I will take over the whole place and turn it into America Part 2.
Can't make this shit up news.
Well, I bet you housing's cheaper over than LA and Greenland.
Oh yeah, it's cheap. You can get like 3 acres for $2, man.
It's volcanic.
You're sending all the people from LA. But there's other shit there. We heard about a long time ago. Whether it's true or not, who the hell knows? The underground CIA
secret
shit that's over there. Yeah. The tunnels. Shit they were doing there.
Oh, look what Lori H said. That the Danes complained about Greenland's cost, made fun of the Greenlanders, think flyover country. Now all of a sudden they're like, no, we want to keep it. Good point. And we could put Christocrafts up there too with Jorga. What happened to Jorga?
Where's Jorga?
Jorga. I didn't boot him. I don't know.
Didn't do nothing.
You might have lost connection. We're having a lot of connection action tonight.
Well, there's stuff coming through, right? I mean, we're getting hit by.
Oh, there he is. Bring him back.
Stuff on the sun.
There's a lot of requests of sun stuff, so somebody's going to fix that.
We got it.
Well, I think it might be that time. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, all you cool cats, it's time for Craig the Hunter's news segment.
So professional. In 5, 4, 3, 2, you're live.
And now for your TINTV Mostly True News Report. I am Armand Hammer. No, not that little faggot that was in the Facebook movie. I'm the fucking grandfather that started it all.
Yeah, with the original baking soda.
Oh, you made the powder?
Yeah, the powder. That was me, Arm and Hammer.
That goes way deep with that little deal.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
This segment of Mostly True News is sponsored by Pooty Poots, Mimosas and Doses, Champagne and Cocaine Cruises. Explore the sketchy side of life. Book now on Travel Hub.
I'm there, dude.
I would go to Mimosas, Doses, Champagne and Cocaine. Yeah, that sounds like
Champagne cocaine.
Champagne cocaine. And now for the segment we've all waited for, the big-ass bully that's in chat that's always saying bad things about me, my stalker, Jeff B. Well, we write a little song about him every week, and we like to throw
My stalker.
penile projectiles at him, if you know what I mean.
Come on. Now you can come out.
And if you miss that, please go back to X, and you can see that because it will be strucken from the record.
That's funny, Greg.
I didn't find that funny at all, Jay. I'm sorry.
Absolutely hilarious.
And now for comments from last show, which was sorry, very loud. That was y'all. Y'all are really loud. All right. Try harder puts. Trying harder puts. Amazing show. Love you all. Craig is hilarious. That's debatable. Hit Gal is so insightful and just love her. That's right. So glad Cole is here. Another right. Love Tin, Agent J, Yorga, and Pooty. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. All right.
Right.
Lori writes, great show. Prayers for Yorga's kitty. Love to you all. It worked.
Yes.
Mike, excuse me, sorry, I had a little belch there. Sorry, very unprofessional. Sorry, Dan. Mike B writes, wonderful show as always. Having a Dr. Pepper right now. Love you all very much. Prayers for all. God bless. Bunch of hearts. Wild Edibles gives us a bunch of emojis of different sorts. Joe Carroll Labs writes, hello, Craig, Tin, Yorga, Agent J, Pooty, Hickow, Cola. Good to see all tonight. Great show again tonight. And she didn't include AB because he fell asleep and he somehow couldn't make it. He was sleeping.
I know. I've been left out both times. I guess I'm pissing people off. I'm doing my job.
No, you're great, but you woke up late.
Oh, is that what it was?
On Sunday.
Stingray 1975 writes, just chilling watching the replay with a cup of chicken bouillon, a leg of lamb, some Cheerios, a Dr. Pepper, some Brussels sprouts, 2 Eggos, and a side of sushi. Did I mention I got kicked out of the veterinarian's office today?
Who's that
Vicky,
guy?
I don't know who the fuck that was. Sounded like Yorga. Vicky Souls writes, hello, y'all. Sorry I missed y'all. Great show. And a bunch of hearts. Longboarding Mom writes, I was at the beach on Saturday and I saw a few of them on the beach talking about the jellyfish thingies that Tim showed. They are very pretty, blue and some clear. I didn't touch them. I used a rock and sticks to move them. Very nice. I Once writes, TINTV, praying hands and a heart. We love you, I Once. Onami, who also goes under Dennis Gurjur in the chat. TINTV, GE10T, GE10, Craig D, Cola, Agent J, Pooty Poot, Hit Gal, hearts, 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 hearts. Love you all. Say love to Count Yorga. Hey, Count Yorga.
Love.
Onami loves you.
Love, baby, love.
Ooh, 420 Wild Dragon 420 writes, if there was a spot and you were on this spot and then the spot happened to move, would you move it with it or move to another spot? Each spot is a different timeline.
I'm following the same spot.
No, it's a different timeline, Jay. Listen to 420 Wild Dragon. He knows what's best for you. He's also in the chat and extremely high right now. First in your news. I'm going to suck up on the microphone like this so you can hear me. Can you hear me good?
No.
California woman uses world's longest tongue to play Jenga.
What?
What's her phone number?
That's what I said, Yorga. How do I meet this woman? A California woman with the world's longest tongue, 3.8 inches.
I would marry her.
Where could I put your 3.8 inch tongue? Show off some of her tricks as she can perform with her massive mouth muscle, including removing Jenga blocks. Chanel Tapper, 34, or Yorga's next wife, who has held the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest tongue, female, since 2010.
Right, I'm going on Timo right now just to meet her.
Yeah. And Jeff B., there's a male version out there if you were interested. Said her tongue, which measures 3.8 inches from the tip of her lips, gives her an array of reactions. I imagine so. She said, honestly, the best reaction I could ever get when someone... I feel like this because she got such a big tongue. The best reaction I can get when someone is seeing my tongue and screaming. I actually do like when people say they're screaming and they're shocked and horror sometimes. She told Guinness Book of World Records. Wait, there's another quote from her. Probably my favorite one because it was the funniest. It was the funniest to become the dramatic response. Some of her tricks she has learned to perform with her tongue, including removing Jenga blocks, flipping plastic cups, and holding spoons.
You can pick up a basketball and make a freaking slam dunk with that motherfucker. It's a 3-point line.
I hope this is the last quote. Is this the last quote? Because I'm sick of talking like this girl.
No,
I like a little fun city thing like that. That's what makes my tongue the most fun when I can do that thing that I tried to box with it, she said to Guinness Book of World Records, providing some examples of unexpected opportunities, including appearing in an advertisement campaign for a French-Italian dressing brand. It's an Italian fashion brand, Diesel. Y'all heard of Diesel before? Very popular.
No, but go ahead.
Well, she did a.
I think
I
she's
did an
got another
advertisement for the jeans. Next in your news of mostly trueness, gas station trip earns Florida woman $5 million lottery jackpot. That's right. I love reading these folks. Give us hope. The Florida lottery said a trip to the gas station ended up earning a Helena woman a $5 million jackpot. Lottery officials said Naboo Fagot, and that's really her name, 62. Did this faggot win $5 million? Yes, Mrs. Faggot won $5 million. Made a stop at a Beacon service station on Northwest 12th Street. That's where all the faggots go. Selected a $5 million crossword cash scratch off ticket. The $20 ticket turned out to be a $5 million top prize winner. Lottery officials.
Where do Italian faggots go?
Lottery officials said Faggot chose to receive her winnings as a one lump sum. She wanted to get the whole one load, if you know what I mean, Yorga. $3,262,138. The gas station was also awarded a $10,000 bonus for selling the winning ticket to this faggot. And we congratulate Nabubia Faggot for winning the prize. That is her name. Not a derogatory statement. And this concludes your TINTV mostly news report. Is Jeff B looking? Is he smiling? Is he laughing? Is he excited?
He's excited and laughing, and he's everything. He's good.
He's holding his belly. I am Craig the Hunter. Tonight's tie is really just a great tie.
How do you keep topping yourself, Craig? How do you keep getting funnier and funnier?
I keep thinking about that first girl, wondering if she ever gets tongue-tied, because that'd be a lot of tongue.
Sometimes it happens.
She's the only girl that ever scared Gene Simmons.
Don't let that
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're back to normal. Sorry.
I have a little tongue. I have a little tongue, but I try to make it look big.
I would pass on her.
Wait, can we put it on yours a little something?
I know. I would pass.
I'd take it just for the challenge, Agent J. I'm telling you. What can you do with a little treacle? I bet you can do a lot, baby.
A whole lot.
Okay.
Is it time for our favorite segment?
It's gotten weird.
And now for your Middle East news report with Hit Gal.
If I were a rich man, let's recommend Look how it ends with the boing.
All right. Last week, I shared about the Zagros Mountain. Yeah. That Mount Ararat is part of the Zagros Mountains, and those mountains are what lines right there is where all of Iran's nuclear weapons and everything, and which you can kind of see here. This is where their uranium is, their everything, their power plants, all of that runs right along the Zagros Mountains, which runs all the way into Turkey. And it wasn't until Turkey took over that they called the lowest part of the Zagros Mountains Mount Ararat. And that's where the ark landed, which I still think is interesting. And they say, if you read in Genesis 8, it says that it was on the 17th day of the 7th month. That was only 5 months, 150 days after the flood started. And those mountains right there are a dividing line in between. And you can read in Genesis chapter 11 where it talks about the Zagros Mountains, how they journeyed. And if you follow that journey on a map, it does lead there. And I think it's interesting because the bow of Elam runs along that line right there where all those weapons are, which they keep saying is where they want to let that Moab go and destroy that and take that out. However, there have been some examples where they're not going down like they should, and they're not taking out what they should. The ARAK, I don't know if that map shows it or not. I can't really see it on my tablet, but that is the plutonium pathway. It's a heavy reactor, and the bombing it would risk a lot of radiation. That would fall along with Jeremiah 49. The Bushehr, that's Iran's pride and joy. So if you can, down there at the bottom next to the water is their Bushehr. That's their pride and joy. That was built for electricity. It's not really a weapons area, but it could cause a nuclear disaster because it's their electrical supply to the power plant. So in other words, if all their electrical supplies in that power plant, if that shut it down, that would cause the others to go off. So I don't know, do you have that other map that shows all the other stuff? Because along that, you can see their military bases are in the red, and that red is where all of their bases are. And it's interesting because those run along there's the bow of Elam there, and the Zagros Mountains. I kind of highlighted that in blue, and you can kind of see how they've tucked everything in on either side of that because those mountains are a high place. And that is where they plan on doing we plan on doing an attack. The problem is that Russia has told us, Russia and China and Turkey has told us, do not attack that. Well, if they're going to get mad because we attack that, how many wars can we fight? And China's already surrounded Taiwan. They say it's an exercise. I don't know, but exercises can turn into real things, So that would be a scary thing. We have lots of U.S. cargo planes, and y'all know what cargo planes do. They're going into the Middle East. So, and I was warned by my Rafi and Sarah. They said the most likely places. Sorry if you hear toenails. That's my dog coming in.
I told you it was a dog.
Great dog. It's a dog.
Pet your dog.
I say that. I sound just like that.
I love it.
But anyway, they show that they have told us that we need to start thinking about, because, and we were talking about this, Jay and Stephanie and a couple of us were talking about this in 2023. They told about all this land that's being bought up around California, around Travis Air Force Base, and it's being bought by the Chinese. And they had told me to watch that. There's a big base in Texas. They'd also said to watch out for Warren and Minot Air Force Base, because that's a place to attack, and of course DC and New York. And apparently now, because Iran has loaded their missiles and they've been bringing in diesel, lots of diesel. Why are they bringing in all that diesel? And then if they're bringing in all that diesel and they've got their missiles loaded, their missiles now can hit us. So it does matter to us, because they can hit most of these places. And then today I heard about in North Texas, they're debating on whether or not to allow plans for an elusive all-Muslim compound. It's going to be called Epic City, and it's 400 acres, and it would govern itself. And they plan on having Sharia law within that compound. So that's kind of scary to think that's right there.
Well,
and
Hick Gal, we got this from Benny today. Well, actually, it was yesterday. Israel now is publicly bragging and it has power over us. And this is Benny speaking.
These ignorant demonstrators. Who are they demonstrating for? For these murderers, these rapists, these mass killers. This is a reflection of a deep rot that has pervaded the intellectual hub of free societies. And this vilification of Israel, the Jewish people, and Western values has been propagated by a systemic alliance between the ultra-progressive left and radical Islam. It must be resolutely fought by civilized societies to safeguard their future. This is why we must all commend President Trump's decisive actions against anti-Semitism, and we must pressure other governments to do the same.
A government can do in 2 months more than any organization can do in its lifetime. And so when we talk about the importance of a bipartisan fight against anti-Semitism, which of course I endorse, and I, as my predecessor said, I condemn anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. I'm an equal opportunity condemner of anti-Semitism.
You're alluding to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, none of them are any good on the right. On the left, I don't like any of these anti-Semites, and I'm not shy about it. But the government, the United States government, or the government of France, or the government of any other country, has the power to rein in anti-Semitism in a much more effective way. And you know, people say, well, you know, the governments are not in the business of changing the way people think. That's true, but you know, to my thinking, most people who are, you know, anti-Semites, most of these people running around, we're not going to win their hearts and minds, because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So, you know, how are we gonna? There's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
That doesn't
exactly.
sound,
I'm glad you played that.
that doesn't sound good.
No, and I'm glad you played that, because I was going to try to remember to bring it up, because that right there can lead to that. If you mention that, like in churches, in a lot of churches say the Jews killed Jesus, which some of them did, and that could lead to the stopping of having a Bible, because if you say anything against the Jews or against them, that could cause you to go to jail. If you say anything against the Israeli government, you could end up in jail. But what's really interesting is in Israel, they've presented a bill And they say Netanyahu's always turned it down because of Trump, but they presented a bill that they want to stop all Christian testimony and evangelizing, and it won't be allowed there. In fact, you will go to prison if you do it there. Now they say Netanyahu's always turned it down, but he may not this time because he needs the support. And that's really scary that they're over here making laws over here and they're making laws over there, and it could affect anybody like that. And that's not a good thing right there. I mean, you have the right to say that you don't like somebody, you don't agree with them, or you have the right to say that. I mean, you have the right to say you don't like a government, and please remember the government is different from the people. A lot of the people over there don't agree with this stuff. That's why they tell me things. Look here, and they even told me, I think I brought it up about 2 weeks ago or last week maybe, watch Turkey. Well, now Turkey's building up stuff along the lines, and they're starting to stick with Russia and with other countries and saying they will fight against us. So, I mean, a lot of these people, the people in Israel are different from their government and their leaders, just like a lot of us are. And, it's just like today, we had 9 Republicans stand with the Democrats and stop everything Trump is doing.
That's bullshit.
Did you see that?
9 Republican. Anna Paula Guna, or whatever her name is.
Anna Paulina or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so
she was one of them that
remember
surprised me. That's Florida.
The governor of somebody in Tennessee, what's his name? Tim something, I think. There was 9 of them. But it's like very, the people are different than the government. So remember that always when you think about it. Just like I hope people know that, over there, a lot of them know we are not our government, and they don't like what they're seeing here. And this is getting scary. And Yemen launched against the USS Harry Truman tonight.
Yeah, again.
So,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting bolder and bolder, and I don't know. They say that there's a possibility that they could, it's very likely that Iran will reveal a nuclear bomb and a secret advanced weapon after any potential American attack, which could cause a radical shift in the balance of power. The world has to recognize Iran's power as a new international power and respect its influence. Can we tolerate the economics of prices approaching $200 a barrel? I'm not saying we have to give in to them, but sometimes, I don't know, because you don't know everything, but geez, that would be awful, $200 a barrel. And what do they have? Of course, what do we have too? But they did say to watch all these important places, because nuclear fallout wherever it goes there. And the one thing they said asked your people to think about. All of those Chinese bought around Travis Air Force Base. If they control the electrical grid, why would they do that? Why would they own all that land? Because they don't necessarily occupy it. So what are they doing? Think about what they're doing, that they would buy all that land around it when that's one of a very important base. I don't know. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. We need to prepare. I don't want to scare people. I don't think none of us need to be scared. I think that we need to think about things and be prepared and be ready, because like if I'm prepared for things and nothing happens, then I've got a bonus supply of food, and maybe I can help homeless people. But if I'm not prepared and something happens, then I'm up a creek without a paddle.
Exactly.
You know, so
That's something we've always
we got.
preached here on 10 TV is always be
Mhm.
prepared.
Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Prepared.
Try to look at all directions. Prepare for power outage, nuclear, prepare for whatever, riots. We could have a jihad in here. I was talking with Stephanie about all these little places because she said there's a place in New York that has one, that's sanctioned just for them. And all they got to do is haul jihad. And if they haul jihad, they can all come after us. I mean, they're here. They're already here. So.
Well, thank you for that
Isn't
update.
it 2 million? 2
That
million
was
in
good.
here?
2 million?
If they called jihad, isn't there two? I thought there's
That
2
one guy
million
on
ready
that
to
video.
go. Yes, that's what it was.
Yes, on that video, he is in California, and he said, "We are 2 million strong," and that's what they can do. So, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, that's a scary thing to think about because they don't think like we do. They don't mind to come kick your door in and hurt the women and children, do whatever, let alone the men. That's a huge
Oh yeah,
responsibility.
they're evil.
Well, thank you
They are.
again, Hit Gal, and I wanted to move on to AB because AB called me, and AB, you wanna explain what you're gonna do here, bro?
Well, you can just do it. I can't remember where it started. The point of the matter of what this guy's talking about, and he caught a lot of hell for just thinking, getting people to think some of the things that's going on with Trump, and he questions it. The point is always be a free thinker. Even though you're on the good side, you always got to ask questions. Don't quit looking. Don't quit asking questions. Because there's some questions I got that ain't making no damn sense. So that's just the point. Is I've I stated this on this thing. I've been doing my own thing for a long time, and I always think outside the box. I'm always prepared for what ifs, things like that. I don't just stay right in one line and stay in the same lane. You gotta look at all the other lanes, and even you question. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, we all questioned everything that went on during the Biden administration. So just because it swapped hands, don't quit thinking and don't quit wondering why this, why that, instead of just going with a narrative. But there's a few minutes of it. I think I told you to start maybe the first part of it. It might be a little longer than what I wanted, but you can play it and listen to what he's got to say.
Okay, if everybody can mute, and I'll play this.
That Trump could legally serve a third term without changing the Constitution. Let that sink in for a moment. He hinted at it in a recent interview, and now the media is absolutely losing the mind. But here's the kicker. He may be right. Now, before we get deep into this, I do want to address something first. A lot of you watched my video last night where I was critical of Trump and his approach to Iran, the influence of Israel, and some other questionable moves like Lindsey Graham. And I stand by all of that. Being a free thinker means not being a sheep, even on the right side of the aisle. See, a lot of people on the right always think you have to agree with the right at all times and that you have to walk in step with everything that happens. I'm not that guy, okay? There are sheep on both sides of the aisle, and too many people just toe the line, the party line, without asking the hard questions. And, again, I had guys last night unfollow me, send me nasty emails, man. I can't believe you, da-da-da-da-da. But the thing is that it's crazy to just take everything at face value and not questioning the narrative. Being hard to kill means being mentally sharp. It means thinking for yourself. That's the Black Scout mindset. I want Trump to win. I want him to be successful. I voted for him 5 times, every time. But that doesn't mean I shut off my brain It means I hold the line even when it's uncomfortable. And everyone should do that. You should not walk lockstep with everyone. You should always question everything you're told, everything that's happening. Now, let's go back to the bomb that Trump just dropped, okay? Here is from last night on Air Force One where he talked about this.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's not
joking about a third term, about possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is in a way a fourth term because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. So it's actually sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second because Biden was so bad. He did such a bad job. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm popular, if you want to know the truth. I think I'm popular because we've done a great job. I think we've had the best almost 100 days of any president. And most people are saying that.
Even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a third term.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we do. Most importantly, they love the job we do.
You said you're upset with Putin. Would you say your relationship with Vladimir Putin is at its lowest point right now?
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
He then goes to talk about Vladimir Putin. Now, he also had a phone call with NBC, and then I'm going to show a clip from ABC where he talked about this. He said, a lot of people want me to do it. There are methods which you could do it. Let's hear him.
Floating the idea of running for a third term in some of his strongest comments yet. The president reportedly told Meet the Press anchor Kristen Welker that he wasn't joking when asked about the possibility, and he said that there were ways around the constitutional term limits on the presidency. President Trump is also threatening tariffs on Russia over Vladimir Putin's recent comments about President Zelensky. Here's ABC senior political correspondent Rachel Scott.
Tonight, President Trump reportedly says he's considering ways to serve a third term, a move that would require breaching the two-term limit outlined in the Constitution. The president telling NBC's Kristen Welker, quote, there are methods which you could do it, when asked to clarify, saying, I'm not joking, later adding, it's far too early to think about it. But the president and his allies have been floating the idea for months.
I've raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again?
Amending the Constitution for Trump to run a third term would be extremely difficult, first requiring 2/3 approval by Congress and then ratification by 38 states. With the president now just days away from imposing tariffs on foreign cars and auto parts, Trump.
So you may say methods, third term. Cue the media to scream dictator while they're clutching their soy lattes. Look, I'm going to play the press secretary talking about this, getting asked about this, and just they go absolutely crazy, man. Check it out.
Method would the president use to potentially run for a third term? As he said, there are methods there.
Look, you guys continue to ask the president this question about a third term, and then he answers honestly and candidly with a smile, and then everybody here melts down about his answer. The president talked about this last night on the plane. He said, it's not really something we're thinking about. He has 4 years. There's a lot of work to do. We've done a lot in these nearly first 100 days, and the American people love what this president is doing, particularly when it comes to efforts to secure.
So let's get one thing straight here. He didn't say he would do it. He said he could. And there's a massive difference. But the true story is he's not wrong. Now, everyone thinks that the founding fathers wrote the two-term limit in the Constitution. That's false. It's false. I've had people comment that. Oh, he's going against the founding fathers. George Washington set the tone because he didn't want to even be president. He served 2 terms and ran out. He's a military general. He's a military man. He didn't care about being a president. But the law actually did not exist until 1951. Why? Because of this man right here. FDR, he got elected 4 times. Dude was basically a king at that point. The political elite lost their minds and meant.
Hi, I'm Brett. And I'm Jonathan. This is Darla. And
hi, my name's Jim.
To stop it from ever happening again. Not to protect democracy, but to protect their control. Now, the 22nd Amendment says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 2 times or twice. Keyword elected. It doesn't say a damn thing about serving more than twice. Now, how could Trump come back? How he could come back a third term? Well, here's how. He could run as vice president. The president then resigns. Trump steps back in and boom, he's back in office legally. Now, here's where things could get murky, though. The 12th Amendment says no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of the presidency shall be eligible to that of the vice president. So the question then becomes, is Trump ineligible? Because if he's only barred from being elected president again, does it really bar him? Some legal scholars say yes, he's ineligible. Others say nope, he's just barred from being elected. If he gets there another way, it's legal. No one has ever tested it. No court has ever ruled on it. This is truly uncharted territory. But if Trump ran as VP and got back in, trust me, you can expect the Supreme Court to be involved and the media to lose their minds, kind of like what they're already doing with the hint that he's talking about running again. Now, this could be high-level trolling for all we know. We don't know. But here's the deeper issue, and why does this scare them so bad? Now, over the past 48 hours, I've questioned Trump on some things he's done. But the thing is he has broke the system so far. We're still waiting for the Epstein files and things. We're hoping those things come on because a lot of us voted for certain things. We want those things to happen. But let's be honest, he was not supposed to win the first time back in 2016. Time magazine had already printed up the magazine covers, Madam Hillary, that she had already won. You guys remember that? Now, let alone survive 2 assassination attempts from the deep state, keep from going to prison, and then become president again. They're terrified because the deep state can't control him. He's the populist wrecking ball, right? And that's what the founding fathers warned tyrants about, that we would not allow tyranny. Because trust me, the past 4 years, that's what we were facing. And could you imagine if the left won this time? There would be no free speech. Not that it's really gotten any better, but it would be completely gone. Trust me, guns would be on the way out of here. You name it. Constitutional rights getting swiped away as we know it. Now, so whether or not a third term happens, the idea that he could has them panicking. It exposes the cracks in their narrative. And maybe, just maybe, Trump's playing hardball on the world stage right now as far as the things with Iran that I'm saying, things that we don't know about, threats or pressure, a big stick, just like Teddy Roosevelt said. So maybe there's a reason for the madness. I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. I'm hoping we see it. I'm hoping we see the reason why, but it could be that he's beating his chest to these people, these other countries, to let them know who's the boss and not really want us to get in World War III. I don't know why he's backing Lindsey Graham. Question. I don't know.
That's funny. That was the point.
Yep. No, that's a good Jack Strickland. So that's Black Scout Survival.
Yeah.
Please go subscribe to his channel. Richland? What is it? Richland?
Jack Richland. That's not his real name, but that's what he uses. That was his dog's name or something. He's a vet. He brings out points in a lot of things and makes you think sometimes. So he's pro. So, and it's one thing I've asked. Why is he? And I hope it's for the right reason. Why is he backing Lindsey Graham? Because we all know what Lindsey Graham is.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's trolling. Yes, Trump is damn good at trolling.
Oh, Tim.
Other than that, that's it.
Remember that Chow lady that was Mitch McConnell's
wife?
His sister-in-law that got in the Tesla and then it drove into the pond on her property, and 6 days later the shipping company hit that bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very close. Yeah, a lot of stuff's happened. Very close. A lot of things have been happening. You're right.
And there's been some deaths.
Oh yeah, like the CEO that was in that little plane the other day of the of the banking. It was a banking corporation, big banker. Yeah, that's who's on that little teeny plane that went down and hit that house. It killed all the people in the plane, but the guy got out of the house. That's good.
There was another one where the daughter and wife were found murdered and himself.
Oh, what?
A big banker,
and then
CEO guy or something.
And then Gene Hackman, more's coming out on that, and so that's where we're gonna go next with our celebrity.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Dark Hollywood
with Cola. Cola's got some updates on the Diddy stuff because every day something's coming out, you guys, and I can't keep up with it, and she's willing to do it for us.
When is that? Whoa! When is that? Is that Wednesday night?
Tonight.
Oh, she's gonna do after the show.
Right now.
She's gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, and Wednesday she'll have some more as well. So you're right about Wednesday because she does have a Wednesday show. So he is right. There will be much more.
watch it. Sorry, guys.
That has a timestamp. Who's I don't know who's driving.
I'm not good at driving.
Okay, what's the timestamp on this one?
6:39.
Okay, do you
So
want to
this is kind of like where we talked about it. What was it? It was Sunday night about this mock trial they're doing to kind of. I think they're doing it for predictive programming. I think they are trying to get us ready for all the reasons that Diddy could get away with this, basically. And they're bringing up race and everything, and basically tinted about 2 seconds before 11 minutes. So it's just a couple minutes worth. 10:58 is a good place to stop it if you've already got the first one.
Okay, I've got the 6. Yeah, do you want me to start
39? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
A very successful black man. It goes deeper than that, and here is what you can expect when this trial begins.
Race permeates everything in the criminal justice system, period, end of story.
Race is tremendously important in this case, and anybody that pretends otherwise is either kidding themselves or just not being honest.
Do you think the defense can point to the case of Elliot Spitzer, who was the governor of New York, who paid $80,000 to prostitutes to cross state lines? He was not prosecuted. And this is the same U.S. Attorney's Office that is now prosecuting Diddy. So the argument they would make is, what's really the difference other than one guy is black and one guy is white?
I think it's a great argument. If I'm the defense lawyer, I'm making the same argument.
The government's not beyond propaganda, public relations. Let's face it, that's their business. They're better at it than anyone. I really do believe our government's not beyond exploiting race when it's convenient for them. And just looking at the situation, I think that's what we're looking at.
And, you know, whether you agree with that or not, first off, Mark Garagos, his daughter is one of the attorneys for Diddy. So one of the folks that you interview there, so which gives you some insight on where they may be going.
Guessing he probably knows something about where they're going to go.
But what you guys did in this fascinating documentary, which I recommend to people, and again, I don't work here, so I'm just saying this objectively, it's really good. You brought together this mock trial of mock jurors who watched this whole thing play out, and it was a diverse jury, and you could feel the race argument playing out in real time,
setting up
among the jury, and a lot of the black jurors reacted differently than some of the white jurors did, which was really fascinating to see.
It really is why jury selection in this case is everything, as it is in many cases. But here, where you have a case that is going to be somewhat fought on the grounds of race, juries are important. Now, it is certainly not the case that all black jurors are going to go one way and all white jurors are going to go another way. And there are very highly paid jury consultants that are going to be helping both sides to pick those jurors that are best suited for their case. But there's always compromise in jury selection. You're going to get some people you don't like on both sides. And obviously that's favors the defense, because they only need one juror to go their way in order to avoid a conviction. But jury selection is everything here, because I also, in that documentary, Alex, that you were mentioning, you know, there are a couple juries there who were just simply not going to see it the way the prosecutors wanted. And when the actual jury comes on, it's prosecutor's job in jury selection to avoid those jurors.
Yeah, this is, like you said, Jason, jury selection will be everything here. And look, we're not going to give it all away here, but the jury, you know, they heard all the facts. And as you said, Alex, race clearly was something that some of them were thinking about. They did reach a verdict on all 3 counts that Diddy is facing. It's not the slam dunk. If based on this, let's just say that this case may not be the slam dunk that it appears to be to the public right now, because really most of what we heard is what the prosecutors have laid out in the indictment. We know obviously the charges. We know what they're going after him for. You don't know necessarily exactly how it's going to be defended, and this is going to be a very...
And it'll be interesting to see if there's a black prosecutor on this case. Although, as we saw in the OJ case, that doesn't necessarily mean that race is not going to be a factor.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah. So, like, the whole time, it just seems to me like they're, in the last time they covered it too, it seems to me like they are, that's it, I believe, 10 on this video. It just seems like they're trying to give you every reason why it's not going to go good for him, like, or why it's going to go good for him. I mean, like, oh, well, the last time they focused on all the things that wouldn't be in, like the anything to do with the other celebrities, the tapes, all of it, like so much of it isn't going to be in. And anything to do with minors, which I thought was funny, they highlighted, but none of that's going to be in this trial. It looks to me like they're trying to get. So if anybody wants to see what they were advertising there, which once again, in that fake jury, they didn't even listen to anybody's test. Like what is it? Cassie will take the stand. I don't know who all the witnesses are. None of that. And they're still, but yet we're going to listen to them anyway and see what they say. And they're going to tell us how he can get away with it, basically. So that's on Tubi though. The downfall of Diddy. That whole story. But also there's a really short one. You've got 10 that's like 1 minute long. That's the same one, I think. Yeah. That's not it. There's a minute short, and that one just talks about the whether the trial will be televised, which probably not, and a couple other things, but it's just 1 minute short video.
Isn't that funny? We'll put a oh God, what was the football player? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. We put that all on television, but you're not gonna put Diddy.
It's crazy. That they could, they say, but I don't know how likely it is. And they raise another really good point, so I'm hoping we can get that 1 minute one. I was going to let them say it. Basically, they talk about how we've never seen any video footage of him in the jail and stuff. And some people even don't believe he is in the jail. But also they talk about, like I said, whether the reasons why or what. Here we go. There it is. Yeah, it's just a minute long.
When does it start and will it be televised?
The trial
is set to start on May 12th, 2025. Unfortunately, the trial will probably not be televised. As Federal Rule 53 prohibits cameras and live in federal courtrooms, Judge Subramanian could potentially and have it televised. But federal courts have rarely permitted cameras inside. Diddy is a major celebrity, and we see daily comments on Wisdom and Stuff where people simply don't believe that Diddy is even in jail right now. This is a problem, and one reason for it is that there have been 0 images of Diddy in jail, and the only courtroom image is a sketch. What is this, 1927? In my opinion, this is a trial that absolutely should be televised for public transparency. Diddy's trial.
Right. So, I mean, they still haven't said it won't be, but he talks about that it's some kind of thing that is federal. He said something like the judge will have the choice. If he really wanted to, he could. And I wish they would. We saw Amber Heard. We saw OJ. You know, I don't know why it sounds to me like they really already are figuring out ways to let him get away with it. It's actually scary because I don't know. I kind of wonder if they say, well, the celeb information and the minors and all these things aren't going to be in this trial. Are there going to be other trials? Or are those things just never going to get prosecuted? Or are they all just lawsuits? Because there's several lawsuits going on. And I don't know the process, like once if you do a lawsuit and you can get to, and they say yes, this person's guilty and they owe you this much money, then you can probably follow up with criminal charges, I suppose. But I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. There's so many suits out there, but none of those are actual charges.
By the way, great segment, Cola.
Yeah, good segment.
Great segment.
Did y'all rehearse that with her?
Make
Because it
her
was
an
just too
intro.
damn. That was too damn good.
But my point is, does anybody really give a flying shit about Diddy? I mean, I'm sorry. I do not care about this fucking guy.
I do.
I do not.
I'm
I don't
following.
care.
It goes into the pedophilia stuff.
Yeah, it does go into that.
I could give a
What about that-
shit
one-
what he does behind his fucking doors.
One
Don't
of the
care with
suits-
an adult.
Right.
When the kids are involved, I
There you
give a
go.
fucking shit.
Yes,
man.
one of the
Right.
suits.
Yeah.
The lady says that he told her he would ship her away in a shipping crate and she would never be seen again. Now, come on now. You hear stuff like that, and that's what they said about the kids. So, like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It all starts to tie back in together, all the way
And
to the other
Justin
guy.
Bieber doing that Instagram
gosh.
post of those shipping containers and then taking it down within like 15 minutes.
And they're saying he might be on drugs.
But here's
Yeah,
the thing.
they're saying he's all weird and that they might put him in a conservatorship next.
Oh my
He's gonna
God.
be a Wendy Williams or Britney.
Brittany.
What's
Yeah,
weird,
Wendy's
Jay?
fighting her way out. I told you they were doing protests for her. I mean,
I think if I can remember, I was actually going to agree with you. Where's all the fucking arrests if we know all this shit?
I don't know, man.
Yep.
That's why we got to get Diddy convicted, but it's not looking good with the mock jury
No.
already.
It's not
when you're
supposed to
talking
work.
about-
It's not supposed to work that way. It's supposed. I know, and I'm just saying. I agree with that. I'm still on the side. There's more to it than we know yet.
We don't know.
Well, like that video from earlier about the terabytes, tons of terabytes from the Epstein. They say they're going through it, maybe, and those are going to tie right back into the same people. They're all probably dealing with the same people.
Yeah, but because Musk came out and said that 14 terabytes they deleted. They try to get rid of it.
Oh, but it still exists now, though, right?
Yeah, because he recovered it.
See, and that's why I think a lot of this stuff happens. Like they make this false move because then when the guilty party then overreacts and then it shows their weakness, you know,
There's
like
a huge spotlight on them too.
yes,
Yeah, and that's where Pootie's gonna come here and say, "Trust the motherfucking plan."
where is he?
That's the plan. That's
There you
exactly
go.
how it would sound.
Hopefully, look, I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't happening, but
it's not happening fast enough for fucking
Hey,
me
you
too.
just need to shut your mouth up and get back to driving that chicken. That's if Pootie was here. That's what he would say.
Yeah, we just.
Sorry.
Oh, we got our train.
We're. I mean, again, I'm. Oh God, I hate to even say this. I go both ways.
Oh no.
I didn't have to know that on April Fool's.
I go both ways.
How soon can you be here, Jeff?
I know. I'm with you on it.
Hopefully this show gets blocked and not put no more because I just stuck my foot in my damn mouth.
I think you stuck more in somewhere else.
I mean, we're still short. We're still short into his presidency, and he's. I mean, I'm just.
You got her pregnant?
Oh my goodness!
And you're short.
Yeah, how'd you do that? It's going to be a girl.
When did
They say
that
you have to
happen?
go deep to have boys.
My fire hose is squirting blue, not pink.
Yeah, somewhere it had to get fucked up, didn't it?
Oh my God! Sometimes you leave yourself wide open now, don't
Oh,
you?
there's our king, man. There's our
Well,
king
guess
right
what,
there.
Did you
guys?
see
So-
Karen
We got
Thompson?
show and tell.
Oh,
Go.
go.
What'd
Did
you
you
say?
see what
No.
Karen
Wait.
Thompson posted?
Karen Thompson. Let's see.
What'd she post?
Yeah.
Or what'd she say? What was her comment? King.
She said the underage girl from Epstein who was a
Oh,
favorite
she's
with
dead.
Prince
She's fixing
Andrew
to be
got hit
dead.
by a bus.
Yeah, I did.
No.
Well, she said she had-
Apparently, on Sky
recently.
News, they're telling.
Yes.
Yeah, on Sky News, they're telling that it was just a. Remember, we discussed. I said it kind of
was
looks fake or set up. Who's sitting there with their, she looks like her boobs are all in a push-up bra, and she's on deathbed. And who does that? And the police over there are saying it was not a bad accident. So now, whose side do you believe there? Is she trying to make an escape to get away?
I don't know, but I'm gonna put my boobs in a push-up bra and act like I'm one of the escapees from freaking Epstein, and I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a
We can bruise you up a
millionaire.
little. Bruise you up a little. We got you. We got you.
And they'd say, "God, what an ugly girl Epstein went with."
Damn it, Virginia! So good to see you, Virginia.
I saw the pictures too, Stephanie. I saw them, but it looked fake, and then you saw the.
I'm looking for the push-up bra right now. I'm gonna put my boobs in it.
See, that's
do
what
have
I
a little
heard.
bit of man boobs going on, so it's okay.
That's what I heard. Her kidneys are shutting down. She had 4 days to live.
Oh no!
But is she doing it
push
so that
everywhere.
she can get away?
I
You know, I mean,
don't. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it could be right.
go into hiding, I guess is a better word.
AI can do a lot of stuff. That could be all of AI.
Yeah.
That could be makeup. I mean, look what Hollywood does. I mean,
They're trying
who
to
knows? Who knows?
manipulate everybody to think one thing, and I
Well,
don't know.
Yoga, have you got a show and tell tonight?
Yoga, do you got a show and tell tonight, baby?
Tonight,
No, I
tonight,
don't.
tonight. What? Oh,
I can show you a half-smoked cigar or a paper towel.
Virginia.
What's in the towel?
He's been busy taking care of his
What's in
baby
the
cat.
towel? Snot, Craig. It's snot, Craig.
Well, I got a show and tell. I got a show and tell you guys.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That means you got a Titan camera on, lady.
It's a sock.
No, so this is Karen Levette. Her.
It's a trick.
No, it's that. It's
it
that
was a
lady, the speaker lady with the blue check. Okay, so today President Trump announced he will randomly select 1,000 people for a chance to visit the White House and take a photo with them with all expenses covered. And guess what? If you like this, you can comment on this post, and she's gonna help him pick. And we're blue checked, you guys. So I'm gonna
April Fools. That's April Fools.
Oh, comment so you can go, Tim. That'd be
so I'm
fun.
gonna do it right now. Pick me, please.
Where do we go? X.
Mr.
No,
T.
me and don't forget Jay in there, motherfucker.
Wait, is it?
okay.
Where do we go?
Yeah, we're going to Washington.
Hey, if y'all give me 5 minutes, I can do a show and tell. I got to run to my garage.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
All right, 5 minutes.
Hey,
just like 5.
Tim, maybe you can play.
Kill the stream.
I didn't say Pfizer. I said 5 minutes. I'm not trying to cure your freaking gonorrhea, baby.
Oh God.
Where do we go? What page? 10? Who is that? Rachel Levine?
It's Rachel Levine.
No, it can't be her.
Speaker of the House, you said, I thought.
No, Carolyn Levetti.
Carolyn Levette. That's the Speaker of the White House Press Secretary.
Yeah,
she's
gonna
really
help
pretty.
pick.
Oh yeah.
And it says you got to comment, and we're blue checked, and so please pick me and Agent J, please, Mr. T. Find us on TINTV.
Well, what about?
Oh,
What about
maybe I
me?
should. Maybe I
Yeah,
should.
what about AB?
I'll just drive my truck up there.
That can't be her page. It says
Yeah,
F
we'll just keep the
Carolyn.
money, Tim. We'll get as far as we
Hit my
can,
cash app. Hit
and
my
then
cash
jump
app.
in AB's truck, and we'll take it all the way to Washington. We'll have all
Tim, can
kinds
you
of extra money.
play? Can you play that video so that women know about that bathroom lock?
Oh yeah. Okay, hang on just a sec here.
For Virginia out there asking what Liberation Day is, it's just when the tariffs go in. That's all. Here, I'll write it in chat.
They've already went in for some of y'all.
Okay,
right?
so there it is, you guys. See, it's under TINTV blue check mark. We're blue check marked, okay? And I replied to Carolyn, please pick me and Agent J, please, Mr. T, find us. And look, I did a fist bump.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in. We're in. Okay.
You know, the other night, Pootie put up something, and it was Glenn Beck. And Glenn Beck put a thing talking about back in the early times of presidency of the United States, you could walk into the White House and hit the bell and say, I want to speak to the president. And you could. You can't do that no more.
You mean like the bell they used to have at Arby's that you'd hit when you leave?
Yeah, when you leave, and
so
they go,
good.
"Thank you."
The little one that there was. Remember, you go to a counter and you hit the little button on top of it. Ding! That's the one. He showed a picture of it, and he said that's the way it used to be at the White House.
And it makes sense, but through evolution, there's so many more people. You just have one person, and that's the person you vote for to go to Congress to represent you.
Yeah, I don't
And they're
like
doing a fine job, aren't they?
Yeah, aren't they? They're doing a wonderful fucking job. See, something got screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think we had
They
a
got
good show
greedy.
tonight. Craig, don't you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah, oh, great show. And please, everybody, remember to go to the comments section after the show. Please leave a comment. Please leave hearts. It helps the algorithms. Tell your friends and family. Get everybody
Wait a
watching,
minute,
even if
Craig.
they
I
have-
got a damn show and tell you.
Oh,
Son of a
damn it. I was
bitch.
about to leave. I forgot. He said 5 minutes. I knew we were missing something.
Yeah.
I wasn't going anywhere.
You were longer than 5 minutes.
I was
man.
totally about
Hold
to
on a
end the
damn
stream. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Craig, one day I'm going to come and kill you, but you're going to like it, all
That
right?
would be great.
Or
Gonna
did
like
you
it.
somebody once?
You-
Don't tell anybody.
All right, here's
put 'em
my
in a
show and tell.
trunk.
It's called a joint. Have you ever seen a joint?
No.
Oh.
No.
Officer Friendly told me about those.
Oh, you have a blue
I've
oyster
heard about
cult?
them, and then I found one day.
Wow. That could be a
Alright.
click 'em. That
Is
could be
that
a
a-
click 'em. A mousetrap.
Oh, fucking mousetrap. Yeah.
All right, think about this real quick. This is another one of my Iwo Jima freaking. Anyway, something to just think about. 3 parts make up a mousetrap. 3 parts. Little thingamadoo,
The
little
latch.
thingamadoo, little piece of cheese, piece of wood, and it'll kill a mouse like pow. And I would set the snare, but it will break my finger. I'm telling you, these things will break your finger. But think about this. We're going back to religion or God or whatever. And you can put this in a box and shake it for 10,000 years. And it's never going to come together with a piece of cheese and do what it's got to do. I guess it's an argument against creation versus evolution. Wow, I look like a real freaking dickhead right now, don't I? But yes. Think about this. Think about the human eyeball. Think about the human eyeball. How complicated that is. Did that just happen? You know, by chance? You could take a mousetrap and put it in a box and shake it for 1,000, 10,000 years, and it's never going to become a mousetrap. But the human eye, you know, or an animal's eye or whatever, it was designed by a powerful entity named God, who gave me my jaws and my skin and my eyes and my everything.
And
You know, it didn't just happen through some osmosis of a freaking salamander in some lake somewhere. You know, it didn't happen like that.
You're right. Or an explosion, as they want to say. Explosion.
Compare this to this.
You're deep.
Makes
You're
no
very deep.
sense, man. It was all designed. It all happened on purpose. I'm sorry. I took up your time.
What color Kool-Aid do we drink?
Why are you sorry?
Purple.
That was amazing. And nobody gets you
That
but
was
me.
good.
And this was not for y'all. This was for
3
me.
pieces. You can shake it up for 10,000 years. It's never going to come together. But this is like 1,000,000 pieces. Okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the part
Great
where I
point.
get kicked
No,
out.
I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Great point. Very spiritual, too. I love you. Good job.
That's what you say.
Right.
And that was
Very
Deep
good.
Thoughts with Sir Yorga.
Very good.
Or Vampire Yorga.
Yeah,
That
when
was
you're
more
done,
of a deep,
when you're
I think
done,
that was more of a deep and spiritual thoughts with Count Yorga.
Oh, I should have slashed spiritual, yeah. But I spelled thoughts wrong, and then I had to take the banner down and add the T.
Did you put THOUGHTS?
I wrote it wrong because yeah.
That's
Okay.
better than
I
THOTS.
thought you did that.
THO.
You know, I was getting goofy, man, but Regina says you understand what you were saying, and so thank God one person
No, many people
kind of
understood.
got it.
Yeah.
And James asking how stoned you are, he must not have seen that wasn't lit. It's not even, he hasn't even lit it yet, so he shouldn't be that stoned.
Yeah, I was on
Mousetrap.
That's after
Mousetrap
hours.
versus eyeball. Think about it.
Hi, Virginia.
Roots. Damn it.
And when you're done on the show, putting your comments, hit my Cash App so I can afford to go to DC and have a little sit down with.
Oh, we're doing an AB trucker to DC.
He could drive us.
Are we doing a GoFundMe and a PayPal and
Sounds
chicken
good.
merch and
All the above.
you know, just because everybody else was doing it. I mean, my God, you know.
I'll show the receipts when I get back if you send me the money.
Yeah, they didn't show the receipts on that shit. You know, just come to think about it, anyhow.
A nice stay at the Trump Tower. That's what I'm gonna get. There you go. Peace out.
And tonight's show is rocking. So thank you everybody in chat for coming. We absolutely love you guys. Shout
And
out
X, don't forget X.
to on X, yeah. Because without you guys, we wouldn't even do this. And yeah, we're here because of you. We love you guys, and we will see you on Sunday. Well, we'll see you on Cola's tomorrow night. What time, Cola?
It's 10 usually, but it's central, so I don't know all the other time zones, what it is.
So I think it's 8 Pacific
Standard. 9 Eastern.
Oh, 11 East. Well, wait, no. 11 Eastern.
11, yeah, we're an hour ahead. That's right. Sorry.
9 J time.
Perfect time for me to get up late at night.
Jay is.
I'm harassing people on Cola's channel.
Yeah, come over to Cola's tomorrow, and thank you, Hickow, for the wonderful Middle East updates. And Cola, you got that. No cap, girl. You were on fire tonight with the Diddy shit. Thank you for keeping track of it, because I can't.
Thank you, Jay. I'm glad you got to be here.
And Jay, thank you for being the executive producer of the show and being, with me for so long. And Craig,
and Craig's done
you're our
awesome.
talent. You are.
I don't know what I did. I didn't. It was all a blackout. I was blacked out the whole time.
And then Yorga always comes up with a great show and tell or a deep thought. Everybody participates.
He's a natural.
We love everybody here. It's like we're friends. And we miss you, Shift. So we're going to dedicate every show to Shift Kicker, you guys. So thank you again for being here. We'll see you on Sunday in loving memory of our Shift Kicker. Where's the outro? I don't even know where it's at. There it is. Shift.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize